Now, your most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, sponsored by AC Designs.
All right, let's put things in perspective, talk about the whys to the ifs to the forecast, and then we'll take you through it a day at a time. In fact, we're going to try to get to as many counties as we can. So here is Idalia, barely a tropical storm. And you may be wondering, well, why are we talking about that when we have a Category 2 hurricane? It's going to be a Category 3, might be a Category 4, certainly will be the first major hurricane of the year. And because, folks, Franklin has been cooperating with the forecast, it's going to pass 600 miles east of us. The eye wall, the worst it has to offer, should pass north of Bermuda. So this is primarily a shipping interest concern, although the swell from Franklin will reach our beaches over the next couple of days and increase the rip current risk. So here's a look at the two. There's Franklin, and there goes Idalia, becoming a hurricane and then taking the worst it has to offer up the Gulf Coast. That's where the worst is going to be, but then still as a significant hurricane and then cyclone going over all of the First Coast on Wednesday. What about the computer models? I'm just going to show you the best, and the best are in tremendous agreement, which is why the hurricane watch goes from Apalachicola right on down the West Coast, leaning a little on the right side, at least I am as a forecaster, for several reasons. Here's one of the big whys. Right now, one of the reasons why Idalia is just a tropical storm is because there's a lot of shear over the Gulf. Remember, shear is our friend. But when we call it a ripple, a short wave, just think of it as energy in the upper levels. These thunderstorms signify it. As it drops to the south, then that's going to cause the shear over the eastern Gulf to decrease. And it also will cause this soon-to-be a hurricane lift to the north, and as it moves to the same direction, think of it as a seesaw. As this energy drops to the south, energy over the eastern Gulf lifts up the other way, and now this developing hurricane will move in the same direction as the upper-level winds. That's not good for us. It's good for the hurricane. Again, making landfall somewhere between Cedar Key and Apalachicola early on Wednesday morning, and then taking the worst it has to offer over us. A little slightly off to the west could be stronger, a little slightly to the east, a little weaker. We talk about numbers, but I've said through the years, if you see it become symmetrical, that's a developing hurricane, and this is going to become symmetrical. So again, we expect watches and warnings tomorrow, but the weather won't go downhill here until Tuesday night, the worst of the weather Wednesday morning through sunset Wednesday. Whatever this hurricane has to offer, it'll be out of here with rapidly clearing conditions Thursday.